Welcome
back
to the show. This is Shamrock Don Reaction, but we are doing it a little different today. Podcast form, more of a casual conversation. My name is Shamrock Don. This is
Bray.
And I'm Ellie.
And this is Ellie. We should start maybe talk about trends. So when I was a kid, things like basketball cards and Pogs. Pogs were there's a game of these little circular things, and everybody would collect them, and you would have, it's just a piece of cardboard essentially, really.
Yeah.
Okay, and you would collect them. You would have a whole tube of them, and you would get slammers. And the way you would, it was like a game you could play. So you put your Pogs down. Whoever could slam them, make them flip. The most that are flipped on one side, you get to keep. So, essentially, for some people, it was like a real hustle. It was like, how many Pogs can I turn this into?
Yeah. Well, the thing with the cards is like, dude, you're sniffing my knee. The thing about cards is like they're so generic. They're like all throughout. Cause Pokemon is kind of dying now, but Pokemon was a thing
it would have to
years
be
ago.
Digital almost for it to take over now.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
it
like
would have to be like trading cards on the video game or something.
Yeah.
So like if they had I think they do it. If they had cards on the WWE game, would that interest you?
Oh yeah.
Probably more than actually having like physical cards in your hand.
Yeah.
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 Well, for us, we didn't really have like the internet, so having actual things was the only way to like. And then when you had actual things that you could trade or you could collect and try to get the rarest or coolest version of it, which I still to this day have my basketball cards.
Yeah.
I don't have my Pogs; those were long gone, lost, probably hustled by some kid that got me.
Yeah.
But my basketball cards, I still have. Do you guys think you'll have anything that you collect today, maybe in the future?
Probably.
Nah.
I don't know. What do I collect? I have a lot.
Do you have
of
anything
books.
that you have, like books?
I got a lot
Books
of
will probably
books.
stick around.
And like
Money.
Money is a good thing to collect, but that's not really unless you got like rare monies. They got like
money
bills
from,
that
like,
are like
other
long time ago
places
or
and stuff.
other places. Right? There's
That's
rare
really
stuff to collect for
I'm
bills.
trying to do like I don't even know the name of them.
You got a lot of wrestlers. Do you think you're going to keep your wrestlers until you're older?
I might.
You might. Yeah, so when I was young, it was like actually, not many people have probably collected them the way I did and kept them. It was a lot of like, you didn't really throw things away. So nowadays, everything is made to be just bought, throw it away, buy another one, replace it.
Yeah.
Things were not made like that back then. It was made, and people were upset if something broke. Like, if a fridge broke or something broke back in the days, you got mad. You're like, why did it break? Nowadays, you're used to it. You're like accustomed to it. If it breaks, you're just like, yeah, that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. A lot of things were like collectible back then, and now there's collectible things, but they're more like I don't know. It's more like things like shoes and things like
Shoes have taken over.
shoes are
And
crazy.
you're like Funko
So much
Pops.
money. Funko Pops. And they
Funko
got
Pops.
limited edition Funkos. Funkos are everywhere, right?
Funko Pops are cool. Funko, like
Yeah,
that's
actually,
that's a cool thing to collect.
I didn't think about that. That was probably this era's
Yeah.
little collector item, maybe.
You're collecting those too.
Yeah, I got a bunch of Funkos laying around here.
You got those ones. You got some up there, I think.
Actually, yeah. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, like this generation's got a lot of collectible stuff. Like, I don't know.
But you know what didn't take off was, what was those, it was like a digital trading card, and they were trying to sell, like Donald Trump had one they was trying to sell. I forgot what they're called. It wasn't like a Bitcoin per se, but it was like a digital, I'm blanking here on something that should be probably easy.
I don't remember.
I don't
We're
know
not-
what
you're
you're
not
talking
looking up
about.
and we're
It's digital images that were sold for sale. What is that? No, I need a word, not a... They didn't really take off, though.
Do they have like an actual name? Or
It had an actual name. That's why I'm digital crypto. I don't know what next word to type in. NFT. Bam. Found the word after the help of my friend Google here. Gave me a little hand.
Hi, Google.
The NFTs really didn't take off like people thought. So what it is, it's an image, but it's digital, but only you can own it, sort of. But if it's digital, how do you only own it?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Doesn't really compare to an actual one-of-one painting of a Mona Lisa or, whatever. That's like, no, this is an item that is tangible compared to something digital that's not physically in your hands.
Yeah.
And in your Fortnite game, think about it, you can buy packs and packs of characters, right?
Yeah.
And you're buying these skins, and they're your skins, right?
Yeah.
But everybody else can buy that pack and have that same skin.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're not really your skins. They're just a digital thing that if you lose that
game... That's why
game...
I deleted Fortnite.
That's why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how it is with all games.
But that's the concept of, like, the digital thing is cool, but the tangible items you're not getting from it, right?
Right.
You're not getting kids collecting coins or, weird things, stamps. I don't know what they used to collect even before me. Koosh balls. That's in my collection.
Yeah, I just stole it off the desk. But,
so, you guys don't think you'll have any...
The Koosh ball.
You don't think there'll be anything from your era that you'll have a good collection from, right?
So
maybe WWE characters.
Maybe and that's the same thing for my era. Action figures, I would have kept those around.
A bunch back there.
For sure.
Yeah.
And Ninja Turtles and stuff. So action figures, I feel like always probably a collectible.
Yeah, everything was collectible. You got the Beanie Babies. You got a Beanie Baby up there.
Yeah, but I feel like
reminded me of that.
In the 90s, almost everything that came out, because nothing was digital, so nothing that came out wasn't a tangible item.
Right.
So when you had a tangible item that was a collectible, it was like, it's different. And they still have that now, but it's a little bit, with the internet, tainted, because now you can find collectible items too.
Right. That's true, yeah. Another thing with that is, like, there was this Olivia Rodrigo Stanley that came out, and it sold out within minutes, so it was, like, it's, like, a rare thing. And they're on, like, eBay for, like, $300, which is crazy. It's a water bottle.
That's crazy.
But stuff like that now, I think, if something was, like, really limited edition... Back then, if it's gone, it's gone. You couldn't get it. There was no getting your hands on it, right. If you have a physical, like, person that you know in real life... Right. That has this item, and you're like, oh, well, I'll pay for that. I'll buy it from you.
Oh, yeah, if you got money, you type it in literally minutes after the item is available, and you're just like, yep, got it, shipping, it'll be here in 2 days.
Yeah, right. So, and if something's sold out, or, like, if the time is done, you can still go online and find it. Like, for example, if I were to look up right now, I'm going to get, like, $400 prices, but I could look it up.
For that water bottle and...
Right. And, like, shopping. $70, and then, like, crazy people trying to sell them for $10,000.
That's insane.
Seriously?
Jeez. You want a Stanley Cup for $10,000?
No.
Come on, man.
So, like...
Give me $10,000, I'll get you a Stanley Cup.
No.
I'll print your name on it, I'll put your face on it, I'll do whatever you want.
No, Dad.
I'll go have Olivia Rodrigo drink out of it personally.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of money. That's so much money. I mean, they're already overpriced, but to add a famous whatever and rarity to it, you're like...
Yeah.
But how long is that going to hold its value? In 10 years,
well...
You think Olivia Rodrigo Stanley Cup's going to still hold its value?
No.
Maybe.
You think if somebody bought that for $10,000, in 10 years, it'd be worth $15,000?
No.
Maybe.
I think it might be
It
less.
might be. I mean, art is weird too. Art works like that sometimes too.
Like kind of art, like music art, or like just
painting like painting art.
Okay, art is so cool, right? Like the Mona Lisa took 16 years or something like that to paint. That's incredible. That's crazy.
And there's mad hidden symbols and messages and secret things.
Right.
And her facial expression was perfected, so it's symmetry, yet she's smiling and frowning at the same time.
It's like Yeah, but then there's also art that's just 2 blue squares that's going for $2 million.
I hate it.
That's a real thing.
I hate it.
It's it's so annoying.
I hate it. Or that, or the conceptual art. So they have a pile of trash, and they'll be like, "Oh, this is beautiful. It's a piece of art," and they'll sell it somewhere for $1 million. And you're like, "I want to punch you in your face."
Right. It's
actually
not...
Simpsons made a funny out of that. They Homer was trying to build a grill, and he had cement and all this metal, and it's Homer Simpson, so he's an idiot, right?
Yeah.
And then he holds up the picture, and you think it's the grill, and then he pulls it down, and it's just this mangled pile of metal and concrete.
Yeah.
And then artists somehow get involved and see it, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is spectacular!" Like, it's a mistake that like it's,
right.
And yet that kind of things sell all the time.
This is
$2
million.
That's the 2 blue squares. 2 million.
You're probably not gonna be able to see it. Look it up on there.
Let's look it up.
It's just literally you can look up 2 blue squares art, and you'll find it. It was $2 million for that. I think I've seen a kindergartner.
What the heck is this?
I think I may have seen a preschooler create that by mistake.
Oh,
I know.
that's so depressing. As a person, I mean, I am a painter by living. I don't paint pictures, but I paint
Buildings.
So it's not hard to apply paint, especially, like, it'd be hard for me to make an image. If they want me to make a beautiful bridge and a castle and a mountain, that'd be difficult for me. I don't know if I could pull off the things, you know? I think that's art. That's artistic. You want me to do something like that? I could do that 100 times over, 1,000,000 times, in a billion different ways.
I said 2 million. That says 43.8 million.
What? And it says it twice. It says it on another one, too. Oh!
That's ridiculous.
Bray, can you buy me that, Bray?
My eyes hurt right
Bray,
now.
let me hold 43.8 million.
Oh, my eyes hurt.
Let me hold 43.8 million, man.
My eye.
For that. And I get it, there's like shading on them or whatever. Maybe the paint was really expensive.
Don't
maybe
get it,
like,
never. I've seen better things at Marshall's. I don't know. I guess to be in that artistic world, you gotta be really artsy and you gotta appreciate the different things. To me, I just think that it's kind of stupid. And if you could make an image, sure. If you can make a pretty picture with a waterfall,
right?
It's kind of artsy. Or you can make
Starry Night, or you can make the Mona Lisa.
The dude Banksy. You ever heard of him?
I think so.
All right, let's look up some Banksy stuff. So Banksy is.
I can make a better painting than that.
You really can, Bray. So Banksy is a street artist. He started out as, right? Now,
yeah.
These are all things he's done.
Oh, that thing gets stolen all the time. That girl with the balloon.
Yep, all the time. Okay, they're all, I mean, fairly easy, but they all send a very, very deep message. And this one right here is my favorite. So he sold this one for, I forget what it was, $5 million.
It's self-destructed.
The moment that the person bought it for $5 million or whatever, Banksy pressed a button to where it self-destructed, and it shredded the painting.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Into pieces.
Yeah.
What? Like, so the person that bought it now has a shredded painting for $5 million.
Crazy stuff. Yeah.
Crazy. And I'm not saying, because I think his work is kind of cool, but it's still probably not worth, millions. I don't know what's the rarest art in the world worth, even if it's the coolest thing you could ever see.
Well,
probably shouldn't be that much, right? Like, it's just I don't know. We're living in
2 blue squares is $43 million. How much?
The Mona Lisa should be
right.
7.8 billion.
Right. How much is Starry Night? How much is the Mona Lisa? How much is like
Van Gogh's right? Like
Van Gogh's so talented. I love Van Gogh's work.
It's weird. The melted.
I think it's really cool. I like Van Gogh stuff.
You ever seen Van Gogh, bro?
No.
Look at this painting right here. You've seen it, I think.
If you've lived on this earth, you've seen Van Gogh paintings.
Look,
it's
so
so
you got
cool.
Starry.
I've only seen that one.
You've seen Starry Night, right?
Yeah, that's the only one I've seen.
No, you've seen another one too. You've seen several Van Goghs. That's a picture of him doing himself.
It's so his brush strokes. They're so cool.
It's so different. See, now that to me is art. That's worth it because he took a style his own style and made really cool images out of it. To where nobody else was painting like that at the time. Nobody else had that kind of style or design. His brush strokes were crazy different. You see that? Than a normal painting. So that, to me, I can appreciate art. It's not like I can't appreciate it, but I can't appreciate something that's not artistic to me, the other ones. Now let's look at...
Now that's all I can't make better.
Hold on. Me and my friends... Was it Van Gogh? Hold on.
I'm going to look up horrible displays of art and see what I get here.
Come on. There's nothing.
Road.
Okay, so we got some modern art. Let's check in on modern art. I bet it's not going to be good.
Oh my god. That was really inappropriate.
The Sound of Butter. This is modern art. This is annoying me.
I know.
That's just dirt.
This is somebody pouring dirt on somebody. This is supposed to be artistic.
Huh?
There's probably symbolism behind it, but like, oh, fluffy.
Oh, yeah, there is. You're right. But that's not art. That's goofing around. You're just literally...
Are you sure that's art, buddy?
This is what they call modern art. It's a new form of art, I guess.
All you're doing is messing around.
Right. Oh! You didn't even. That definitely didn't go as planned because he was trying to get a smooth swipe and the paper crumbled.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so horrible. Oh my god. Why modern art is so expensive?
Modern art is expensive.
Look, this is modern art. So he steps on
Because
it.
it's so bad, that's why.
Simple abstract
Literally.
colours.
Abstract.
These seemingly basic works can cost you millions.
Sold
So
for
what makes their price so high?
5.723.
And how can they possibly be
Look,
worth
it's just-
this
That's
much
just
money?
lines.
It's just lines. That's just scribbles.
It's just scribbles.
This is insane to me.
That's not.
Modern art
That's
is a
actually
brave
nice.
feat.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I like that
Covering
one.
everything from
I'm not mad at that one actually for
1870
some reason
to
either.
1970.
That one's
The
actually
same
got some type of flow or
That
something.
one-
See, that one's abstract.
That one's. Did you draw that one, Bray?
No.
Pretty sure you made that one.
At the
That's
turn
just
of the
scribbles.
century,
That's-
art changed.
All you did.
From
Oh
the
no.
birth
All you
of
did is.
Impressionism to the
A lot of
Modernists, and
Yeah.
even performance art. Art was no longer just about representing the world with skill.
Well, that skill faded away after photography was invented. Once photography was invented, that was a skill that camera could do, so artists no longer
Okay.
felt that that was their primary.
It's actually not a bad explanation for
Makes
kind of
sense.
why the art that I would probably call more art has faded away.
I
Because
think, right.
at that time, there was no picture. So in order for you to see a waterfall coming down a mountain with a cabin would be to see it in the picture. Now we have photographs and we see the images of everything.
Yeah, that's true, but even still, you know, like,
I literally don't even want to see this video anymore.
Why? Because it's
I
horrible.
understand true,
Yes.
like, cool abstract art that's, like, abstract and cool,
All right.
but I don't understand just, like, squares.
Nonsense. Yeah,
You know what
squares.
I mean? But also, that
Right,
makes
you
sense,
could almost get
okay?
me with most of the stuff. Most of the stuff, I'm like, yes, that's still art. That blue one that he was putting up, that I didn't understand, there was something to it that was very artsy to me.
Right, it looks more intentional.
Yeah.
And
To
that's the thing about art. It's intentional. I
Right.
feel like.
I want you to have a purpose in what you're doing, not
Right.
just when you're done. You're like 2 blue squares. You're like,
Right.
no, do something with those 2 blue squares now. No.
Maybe there was meaning behind it, but it's price is not
Yeah, like who painted it
Okay.
that made it worth
right.
so
But
much?
let's also like during what is it? Don't quote me. Like the Renaissance era when they had, I don't know when it is or like what it is, but you know, and like the old buildings where they have the beautiful like incredibly skilled paintings on the ceilings and stuff, and the sculptures, and like just everything like that. How where
Did that go?
right?
Right.
Why
The
can't
beauty of like.
we have photography, but why can't we still do that? Because
Right.
it's not like that's
that wasn't
something
actually photography either, because that wasn't a lot
That's-
of realistic.
right, that
it was a
was
lot of
something that people were-
imagination and things going into it. It wasn't
Right.
just drawing what you see.
that wasn't just seeing something and painting
They weren't just
it.
doing just a horse, and they were just imagining like things and
Right, like
angels
babies
and
with
wings,
wings.
and yeah, like so everything was like not a picture, right?
Right.
So it was very artsy
So-
still.
Where did that go?
Right.
With modern art, I don't understand.
Was it just too much of it at one point or something?
But it's so beautiful. How can it
I think so. That's what I'm
be
saying. Like,
too much? I don't understand. It's so...
right, I could enjoy a lot of that stuff.
Like,
Statues
it's-
that look like that. You're
Right.
like, whoa, like.
And
how-
they're so skilled. The anatomy on those and just... I don't know. It's incredible. But now it's so different. I don't get it.
very tainted.
Why is modern art? Some of it's just trash. Some of it's actually not bad.
Right. So,
Alright, so it's not all wrong.
it's not all horrible, but
Yeah.
the
No.
things that you look at and it sells for millions of dollars, you're like, please, you're hurting the aspect of art almost. You're like,
Yeah.
And
Hurting my
I'm
eyes. Yeah.
careful.
The like literally when I look at the book painting, it looked like I felt like my eyes were falling out because of how bad it was.
I mean, of course...
oh, like, look at that one. Let's go to this one. Just red blocks.
Huh? That makes me confused.
Well, clearly this artist liked blocks, whoever this person is.
Which
yeah.
is a look.
I guess that's their thing.
Okay, if it's...
But if it's your thing, but then
Huh.
does it make it worth millions? I don't.
How long could it possibly take to do that?
Right.
And I don't...
I mean, no. One of these we passed is probably just a square.
It's just crazy. It's very hard to fathom that millions of dollars are spent on these things, and you
So-
have to, like, you don't have to explain. That's what I was trying to get to too. You don't have to explain an image of back to the waterfall or something with the heavens above it. You don't have to explain that. You don't have to be like, hey, look at this art I have, and then have to explain it. On these ones, there's like this huge explanation, but no, the blue boxes mean separation, and the white dividing line is the, and you're like, God.
Right, it's like just...
You're like, if you need an explanation, then it's not super art. Like then,
I don't know. Art is art, I guess, but if it's... Even still, you can go back and look in history. There's these paintings that look beautiful and are detailed and have a lot of just very beautiful things and have meaning. Like, in social studies, we studied this painting and, I wish I remember what it was called. It's about, like, when Americans moved farther into, like, America and kicked out all the natives and stuff. I can't remember what it's called. But basically,
Last of the Mohicans, or
it's this angel
Art of
flying
War.
over, and it's like, you can see on both sides of her that it's different
Picasso? What
stuff.
what
And there's
did
so much
that
stuff
type
in it. And
this
it's
is
so
Picasso,
beautiful.
bud. So this, let me go to Google and get Picasso though.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, like, you can have art that has meaning.
This
and-
guy is abstract too. So Pablo Picasso. Now that we're talking about the craziness, right? All his stuff was wild. It had to be like, actually, his stuff had to be explained too. But I feel like in a different way,
But it's
because
still, like,
everybody
pretty
could
and, like,
give you a
creative.
different explanation and still make sense almost.
Well, okay. If it has to be explained, I think that point is valid. But I think it is also okay to have art have to be explained.
Yeah, like his stuff is just chaotic. Like
If it's, but
I love
right,
it. That's
but
chaotic, but I love it.
That
If
one's
you
probably
can-
the only one I
if
like
you
so
can, like-
that I've seen so far.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, that one I like too.
if you can
Oh,
think
okay.
of an explanation
tar
for something within, like, quickly, and other people can explain it, and multiple people can explain it multiple different ways, then I think it's still very valid and very, like, good. But
Look at the eyes. Look at like he was crazy, and he lived. And I always thought a Picasso was super duper old, but Picasso lived like 1800s to 1900s.
yeah,
So he's not even crazy old.
Is he still alive?
No, he died in 1950s maybe. You want to see something crazy, bro?
What?
No, we're speaking about art.
Leonardo Da Vinci is really cool.
He is probably the coolest person in history. This guy here.
I don't think people understand how cool he is, because everybody thinks, oh, Leonardo Da Vinci, the one who painted the Mona Lisa.
Right.
No, he's so much more than that. He's such a cool person.
Right.
That's who me and my friends were talking about.
About Da Vinci?
Mm-hmm.
He is the coolest person in the history of the world.
Oh my god, he's so cool.
Okay, so Bray, he was a painter. He was a philosopher.
What's that?
Meaning he knew about ways of the world that other people didn't. Mm-hmm. He knew that the way the world kind of operated and that we were on a ball floating around, and I think he's the one that changed it there. He also he had images, prototypes of helicopter in the 1500s. So we've only had helicopters for 100 years. Mm-hmm. Okay? He thought of a helicopter and a tank and I forget other things hundreds of years before we even had cars. He has drawings of them. Mm-hmm. So he was also an architect.
He was an architect.
He was almost everything that you could ever imagine.
He was an architect, a painter, and like an artist. He was a poet and a scientist.
Every one of his paintings have secret things in them.
So cool.
Too. So every single one of his paintings have that right there. This is called the evolution of man. This is how he figured out. I forgot what the hell he figured out by that, but he's figured out so much things that have changed the world. Like he drew the Last Supper or painted the Last Supper. Mm-hmm. Okay. He where's his self-portrait at? He had one of those. That was crazy. I think that one, but
his IQ was actually estimated to be higher than Einstein.
Oh, I bet. I almost guarantee it, because there's no way he's thinking that far ahead of time and evolution. And in the 1500s, we didn't know anything really. We knew nothing. Mm-hmm. This man right here enlightened the world and he has books and books. There's lost books of Da Vinci. There's stuff that we just found recently. There was a painting that was found like 10 years ago that nobody knew was Da Vinci until you peeled back the original picture that was there, because it wasn't a Da Vinci.
Did he
die? And then behind that was a Da Vinci.
Well,
he was born in the 1500s. The 1500s, bro.
Well, and also, I mean, to be an architect, an artist, a scientist, a poet.
Yeah.
To just
there's his helicopter. So he created this. You see that, bro? Mm-hmm. He drew this. He knew a spinny thing up top, a bottom little thing where you can stay, could make you fly. Nobody's ever flown at this point in the history of the world. In the 1500s, nobody ever even thought of flying. Mm-hmm. Flying was so far out of the realm of possibility that if you thought of flying, you would just copy a bird, try to put some wings on, and jump off a cliff and die.
Well, he also, like...
Well, is flying even a word?
Back then?
Yeah.
Probably, but it was probably referred to as the things in the sky, what those things in the sky do.
I think, now don't quote me on this, I'm not sure if this is true, but when he was creating a prototype for an airplane, he used birds as reference, actually.
I think so, yeah.
I'm not sure if that's...
I believe that's true. Look at the tank he made. That's a tank right there. That had wheels, it could roll in every direction, and every different area was going to have a gun. There wasn't even guns back then. How did he know that we would need a vehicle with guns that can go in any direction over any terrain?
He was a genius.
How is that possible?
He was a prodigy. I mean...
And he's considered an artist, because he did the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper.
Those are some of the most famous paintings
I feel like
in the
artist
world.
is the one of the last things he probably should be accomplished for, you know? Like, and not that he's not a great artist, because he's one of the most probably proficient artists ever, but the fact that he thought of a helicopter hundreds of years before anybody else did, and then had the audacity to draw it out. Look, he would draw. He was an architect. Like, he knew how to plan buildings. Like, and he
such an incredible person.
There's like a whole book of like tools. You see that right there, and things that he would create mechanically. And so I think he was like the inventor of like hundreds of items. Look at that right there, famous Leonardo da Vinci inventions. Let's see. So I think there's like hundreds and hundreds. Look at that one right there. Look at that. That's one of his drawings with the wings and the
Incredible. Insane. I mean...
The one, look at the one next to that one.
Which one? This one over here?
No, the one.
This one?
The other one.
This one.
Yeah, that looks like a Star Wars
What is
ship.
that?
It literally looks like a Star Wars ship, literally.
Is that another one of his plane drawings? It looks like it could be.
Mm-hmm.
He probably tried a bunch of them. Like, well, if you get on this. And,
yeah, if you look, the wings have bird-like.
Yeah, he was going to try to do the flapping thing.
Right. And his drawing where he studied anatomy.
A crossbow?
Insane.
Oh my god.
He was a prodigy. He's so... I can't believe that there's people... Why do people not learn about him in school? Is what
Right, why is he not
taught? There needs to be a whole
taught?
unit on him because he is
There
such
really
an
should
important
be.
person in the world.
I watched a video once and it changed my whole thing. Like, he's just... There really should be taught more of Leonardo da Vinci.
People just think, oh, the guy who painted the Mona Lisa,
It could be religious
Last
reasons
Supper.
why they don't do it in school. Because he was Last Supper, Mona Lisa. I don't know, but still, he was the most influential people in all of history.
You don't even have to cover that. You can... There's... Actually, that's a stupid point. You want to know why? Because that's about 2% of what you could cover about him.
Right.
He was a
Oh, this
prodigy.
thing right here. This is a remake of it, right? It's a copy of it, but he made a puzzle, pretty much. But it was like a puzzle that you had to figure out. And then if you were able to open it, there was like a map inside for like a treasure. And he created this thing.
That's a safe. He literally
Created a safe in 1500.
Oh, is the painting or like in real life?
In real life.
So
This
that's
is
a
a
real
copy of
copy.
it. This is just a 2000 version of it. When the movie National Treasure came out, they released it. I remember. But that's actual thing that he actually made in real life. He has more patents
He
than...
was just...
I don't even know if it was actually patents back then, because there was probably no patent office. But he has more inventions than probably anybody else. The robots,
I've seen that painting before. Go up.
Which one? This one right here is on the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
So this one is in the Vatican. It took him 16 years to paint this.
It took him 16 years to paint the Mona Lisa, too. I love that painting.
On the ceiling. It's on the ceiling. And he would get up there every day. Every day. And just paint away clouds and people.
Have
And
you painted ceilings just like painting ceilings?
it's different.
Well, no. I'm saying, like, have you painted it just like painting them like you paint a wall?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's hard.
All right. And that's just the
Imagine
road
painting,
Imagine just being up there.
Detailed people, detailed clouds. Look at... Oh, my God.
And this is 4 or 5 stories in the air. You're looking down 60 feet to the
Right.
ground. You're
And
probably being
buildings-
hung by like a rope from a piece of wood or
And
something
buildings
crazy.
were, like, different back then.
Right.
Tall buildings.
Right.
Tall ceilings.
Insane.
How is he even real? How was...
That's a great... I can't believe we landed on that topic, but that was awesome. Because he really... What the heck? Is that another one of his drawings? Look at this.
A bear, I think.
Is it a bear? I don't
Looks
know,
like a
but look,
bear.
he was a cool little draw. Like, his talents were...
Prodigy. That's what he's a genius. He's a prodigy.
Right. For a time that, like... He was so far ahead of everybody else that it's not even close. It's not even like there was a close second to Da Vinci somewhere.
Right.
Like, who the heck could have even come up with any of this at the time?
He died in 1519.
1519.
He died in 1519, and this man was making airplanes, helicopters, and he made a safe, and he painted the Mona Lisa, and he painted...
Tanks. Paintings.
He made tanks, he made The Last Supper. Like,
There's a never-ending...
Leonardo Da Vinci
Is that a bike?
invented
Is that
the
his
bicycle.
bike?
Is that
Jesus.
true? Did he do that?
Did he really do that? I don't even know if that's true, but let's click on that. Did Leonardo...
He was a poet. He was
Did
a
he?
scientist.
Let's see what they got to say about it. That's a cool bike.
Yeah.
Yo, come on, man. Come on, ain't nobody...
Okay, so maybe he didn't invent them.
Yeah, but he did have a drawing before it was ever invented, so...
Yeah.
Look, that's a
chance.
That's a drawing of...
A bike.
Oh, Jesus, Da Vinci. Leonardo's work.
Insane.
Dude. Yeah, you are. That's like me guessing something 300 years from now. I have no idea what the world is even going to be close to like.
Imagine like
400 years from now.
someone today predicting like the main form of like
Transportation 400 years from
transportation
now?
or
Right.
like
Oh, God.
the way we
We would have silly guesses at it. We would be like, yeah, flying cars and stuff.
I can't even like imagine.
But that's probably not even close to what it's gonna be.
The thing is, you want to know what we didn't invent? You know, okay, like people predicting, oh, in the future there's gonna be flying cars. They didn't like make up the concept of a car or a flying vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like an airplane and a car mixed together.
Right.
Da Vinci like just came up with the idea
ideas,
of like
right.
a flying vehicle. How did he come up with the idea of a vehicle? All they had was horses.
Right.
Like, I don't even. It's so
propeller.
hard to,
The one had a propeller on the top. Well, it wasn't exactly a propeller,
but
but
think of that.
it was a spinning thing. Like
It
who?
was the concept for a propeller.
All right. It's where
How
they
do
got
you
helicopter
even-
from. I guarantee it. I guarantee you
Like-
the person that saw that was like, well, we can probably do a modern version of that and actually make it work since he was such a fucking genius.
At
Right.
first,
So basically, a lot of his ideas never even came to fruition because it was so far ahead of its time that they were like, we don't even know what are you talking? Well, how could we even make this
Right.
to where now
it almost
it's like
feels like he's fake, literally.
Like
maybe
it's,
he's a time traveler.
Honestly.
It literally almost feels like that.
it's insane. I mean, he was just.
I'm even
insane.
gonna call this episode the Da Vinci Code.
Well, we talked about a lot of things.
We did.
I can't believe we got here from trends.
We started at trends
How did we even get here? We went from trends.
to
We started talking about trends and collectibles. And then we
collectibles,
started
some
talking
of
about
the
art.
art, and
And then we
then
got to like modern art.
Banksy,
And then
modern
we
art.
were comparing it. And we got-
ended with the greatest person ever, Leonardo Da Vinci.
Leonardo
You
da
know,
Vinci.
this
So
guy was named
cool.
after him. So this guy here,
Leonardo.
this guy here, see if you guys can see him, is named after the guy we were talking about. Just like they're all named after famous painters.
Oh, that's cool. I
Raphael
didn't
was a
know
famous
that.
painter.
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo's a famous painter. You want to see a Michelangelo painting before we leave?
That's really cool, actually. I know that in the back of my head, but when people point it out, I'm always like, oh, that's so cool.
Right. Because it ended up becoming the biggest.
That is so cool. That's what I was talking about. This style here. Also,
He did that.
Da Vinci did
Naked
not
guy.
paint the. He didn't paint
Michelangelo
that. Was
didn't paint
Michelangelo.
that. Oh, Michelangelo did paint that, huh?
I don't know. That wasn't.
Well,
That wasn't-
There's a Michelangelo.
Oh, so that was Michelangelo that painted the Sistine Chapel. Okay, I was wrong
So
with
cool.
Fact.
So cool. This
Correction.
is that's so incredible. I just that hand painting, I love it so much. It's so like
that. Yeah, it's iconic.
I love it. Like I want it.
I want to see
Just-
just Raphael. After
You want to see a
this.
Raphael painting?
Yeah.
What happened? Like the music at this time was so cool, and have you heard like a symphony?
Oh, the Raphael was sick too. Look at this dude.
That's incredible. That's insane.
Woo! See,
How
that's what I
do
mean.
you-
That's art.
That is not a real thing that he saw and
That's him
looked
taking
at.
super time and just being. Yeah, that's not
That
an
is
image.
something that he
Right,
imagined
He
in his
imagined
head.
and was like, I can fathom this
Right.
amazing image.
That's like incredible to me. That's like
All right, so who we got left? We checked out Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael. Let's check out the last one
Donatello.
to end this Ninja
I don't
Turtle.
even know his name anymore.
Donatello.
Yeah.
How do you not know his name? He's literally. Did you do? Oh no, never mind. You were a baby. I was gonna say Juju literally called him Donatello for like.
He did. I was
His whole
nicknamed
life.
Donatello for a while.
Yeah.
This started off as a lie.
You told him you were Donatello.
Yeah, your mother asked me what my name was. I was like Donatello, like the Ninja Turtle. And then
So you lied.
I never corrected it for a while until like I actually like, oh, my name's Donald, not Donatello. And then it was too late then.
Oh, that's cool, I guess.
All right, can we see a Donatello painting? What do we got here? Donatello.
That's so cool. That's like.
Oh. Donatello di Niccolo di Vito Bardi. That's a long name.
Yeah.
Donatello di Niccolo di Vito Bardi was
I'm
born.
pretty sure you're using the wrong accent. That sounds more Spanish.
I'm used to the very Spanish accent out of Italy, yeah. In Florence, Italy. Alright. So Donatello di Niccolo di Vito Bardi was born in 1386, Florence, Italy.
1386, bro.
In the early Renaissance, and this is the kind of things he did.
I love the Renaissance era.
That's kind of sick. Whoa,
Oh my God, it's so
that's wild.
cool.
Yeah, he was good. Like, he drew saints and very...
That's, okay, like, some of that stuff is probably stuff that he saw in 13... whatever it was.
That wasn't, though. Look at this one.
That wasn't at all.
You never seen that. When did you see that? There, Donatello?
That is an incredibly famous painting as well.
Yeah.
That's a cool painting, too.
Yeah. So, Ninja Turtles were named after famous painters.
But not Shredder.
And that brings it
Not
perfectly. And you want to know why that's perfect to end on? Because that brings it full circle with the collector's items.
It really does. Perfect
And
episode. And
action
on
figures.
A action figure, collectible, a trend that was probably the biggest trend ever when I was a kid. I mean, when I was 5 years old, Ninja Turtles was like the end all be all. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we didn't have a lot. We barely had... Nickelodeon might not have been started then. I mean...
You had wrestling, though.
It wasn't...
Disney Channel wasn't a thing. You barely had Disney movies that were good at that point.
Okay. You had
that was like when they were coming out, but you gotta think like you didn't
almost
have
nothing.
them like
on Saturday mornings. Every kid that was my age, every single kid watched Ninja Turtles, and then we talked about it in school. We acted like it. We got 4 of us up in a group, and we were whoever. I always had to be Donatello because my name's Don. Unfortunately, always. Didn't matter who I was with. They're like, you're Donatello.
Well, they're all pretty cool.
Any kid that was named Mike was automatically Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Automatically. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you stayed tuned up to this far, we do appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Until next time, thank you for watching Shamrock Don.
Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Like when Roman came back, he speared Solo.